Hey guys, let's go over the market. Looking at the gold and oil trade today, we got faked out. We got some mixed signals. Remember, your OTA Trading View Tools is designed to turn core strategy into a highly visualized trading system. So I took a loss today on the crude oil trade, but it was only 1%. Whenever I do examples in the room, I'm always going to use $20,000 as the example. So anything under $200 is going to be fair game for a trade on the full contract. Now, a lot of you trade the micro accounts, and that's fantastic. You can scale out of those positions. We had a great week, a fantastic week. And unfortunately, not every day is going to be a winning day. So let's go over the trade. Let's do a trading autopsy, if you will, and find out what happened with gold, what happened with crude oil, and we'll take a look at the indexes as well. So, first thing that we do is we go over to our OTA zone scanner. We are looking at 8 o'clock in the morning. So, right at 8 o'clock in the morning, we've got a lot of contracts in that demand zone column. We are looking for longs today, right? And unfortunately, we got faked out, and we're going to see why because we had some mixed signals. And remember, when you have mixed signals between momentum on the high time frame and trend on the middle time frame, you want to walk away from the trade. So I ended up walking away from the gold trade, but I did take that crude oil trade. It ended up being a loss, but that is only 1% of the total current account value. So it was an acceptable loss. I'm happy about the loss because I didn't over leverage myself and took the trade. So we have our scanner here. You could see all the indices are on here, right? S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow, the Russell, they're all accounted for, right? Everybody's on there. Crude oil and gold. All right. So we love trading crude oil and gold in this room as well as the indexes. Let's go over to gold and start our assessment. High time frame, we're on the 4-hour chart. Momentum is pointing down. Now, on our 1-hour chart, we did at the time, we were looking at it like this, right? 1-hour chart here, the trend is actually up, right? So if we put and the Trend Cloud day trading system, guys, it's coming. Just hang tight. I am still putting everything together for all of you. Right here, 4 o'clock in the morning. And here we are. So candles are green. We've got this nice green uptrend here. This is just making the trend easier for us to see, which is why it's designed like that. So green candles, we're in an uptrend. But look, we've got downward momentum. What if we went over to our daily chart here? We have downward momentum. So what if we're looking at the daily chart for the high time frame? At this point in time, right here, here's 8 o'clock in the morning right here, it is pointing down as well. So we've got downward momentum on both the daily and the 4-hour. That's pretty powerful. But our trend is to the upside. Those are conflicting signals. What do we do when we see conflicting signals? We just watch it or we trade it in the simulator. We really want to stay away. So mixed signals today on gold, but let's go over it. Let's see what happened. Let's go to instant replay and June 2nd. We'll go right to 8 o'clock, June 2nd. There we go. Turn on your OTA opening range. Make sure you unclick auto so that it doesn't scrunch up the chart. And there you go. So all the lines are put on there. Tom Jenkins is looking at all of these. He's looking at all of these. And I also have turned on the extended lines, extend historical lines. If you put that on your chart when you're back testing, you can see the previous day's open. I love that for back testing. Look at this. I love that for back testing. Boom. Beautiful. Love that for back testing, guys. All right. So here's yesterday. Let's see what happens today. Let's move forward. Right there, that is the 15-minute candle. Lines are placed on the chart. And we have broken to the downside. What are we looking at here? Remember, when we went to our scanner, gold was supposed to break out to the upside. These are the strongest demand zones on the 1 hour and 4 hour chart, right? 4 hour chart is our high time frame. 1 hour chart is our middle time frame or trending time frame. What's going on here? Breakout to the downside, right? Momentum is cycling down. Let me go to a pointer. Cycling down. Momentum is down. Where's our trend, guys? The trend is up. At this moment in time, right? The trend is still up. So we're looking at it like this. Just like this. Go back to the crosshairs. So move forward. Let's move forward. Keeps breaking down. Coming back up. Move forward and rips down again. So it doesn't even come back and hit that retest. It just rips down. Hits the previous day's open. Gives a little bounce. Heading towards that previous day's low. Breaks through. So at this point in time, what is going through our minds? It even goes through that previous day's opening range. Let's get rid of that. And let's just focus on what's going on right here. So at this point in time, what have we broken through? We've really made a huge move to the downside. Here's right now. Let's talk about the next move. What are we going to do? This faked us out, but because we had our OTA trading view tools on here, we saw mixed signals. Momentum's going down on the high time frame. Even on the daily chart, momentum is down. But we've got an upward trend on the 1 hour chart. No, I'm going to take a pass on that. I am going to take a pass on that. Mixed signals, right? Mixed signals means walk away. Mixed signals, walk away. Let's dive into it a little bit deeper now. We don't like it, right? We are cycling down. The momentum is down, but yet we are in an upward trend on the 1 hour chart. According to our rules, right? This should be breaking out to the upside, but it's breaking out to the downside. So it's choosing momentum over the trend. We like to take trades where our high time frame momentum is in line with our 1 hour trend or our middle time frame trend. That gives you the best move on the opening range breakout. That is specifically for the opening range breakout. And because I have back tested that, and if you want the back testing data, guys, go onto my website. I have the Excel spreadsheet on there. You can purchase this. It's only $27 and you can do the back testing because all of the formulas on the Digital Trading Journal, which is a modified Excel spreadsheet, that's all geared for Online Trading Academy core strategy. And it's only for futures. So I've got everything on there for you already. Drop-based drop, rally-based rally, supply zone, demand zone, opening range breakout retest. Everything is on there already for you. If you want, you can check that out and you'll really enjoy back testing using that because you have to have the data. When I came up with the momentum filter, I said the strongest moves, the highest probability moves, and the magnitude of the win on these trades was phenomenal. So I noticed that when the momentum on the high time frame was in line with the trend on the middle time frame, I was hitting 6 to 1, 10 to 1, 15 to 1, catching those major trends. Very valuable and powerful piece of data. And I learned it because I back tested it, and that's how I optimized this trading plan that we're using today. When this thing broke to the downside, I said, oh, maybe it's looking for a bear trap. And what do we have right here? Let's get rid of this. What do we have right here on the middle time frame here, right? I thought for sure, oh, it's heading for this bear trap here, but still I'm watching this. I'm not a part of this because my rule says if the momentum is not in line with the 1 hour trend, I'm not taking the trade. I'm going to go look for something else. So let me explain this right here. And you guys are going to love this. You guys are absolutely going to love this. Let me put my face over here. I'm going to make a very silly example here, but it's funny. So if you were in prison, you would want to beat up the biggest, baddest guy in the prison as quickly as possible, right? Because you want everyone to be afraid of you. So right now, you see this drop base rally right here? This is the baddest guy in the prison. Drop base rally here took out previous structure. Look at that. Drop base rally rips up, busts through this previous structure here on the trending time frame. Very important. This is the trending time frame, the 1 hour chart. That's a major piece of information. The fact that this drop base rally broke structure makes this guy right here a real badass. This is the baddest guy in the prison. You come along and you take him out. The fact that you took out the baddest guy in the prison right here, you busted right past him. Let's turn this gray now. Now you're the badass. Now you are the baddest guy in the prison. What does that mean? That means you're in control now. That means you are in control now. Let's get rid of this line. This guy was the baddest guy in the prison. He broke through previous structure on the 1 hour chart, which is the trending time frame. The trend controls everybody in the prison. And I told you it was going to be silly. This guy is a really bad dude. You come along and you break that trend. You beat him up. Now you are the baddest dude in the prison. So what are people going to do? They're going to rally around you now. So what does that mean? That means we're looking for shorts. So it's very important to look at the break of a formation that previously broke structure. That makes the very first pullback to some sort of imbalance, in this case, a supply zone, right? So a supply zone is a imbalance, right? It's not a support level or a resistance level. It's an imbalance level right there. We're going to go with this zone because this is the zone. This is the zone that caused the leg to break through previous structure. And the reason why we're paying very close attention to the fact that this leg broke this particular piece of structure is because it caused damage in the past. It broke through here, right? The fact that this broke this makes it very important. So this drop base drop now becomes very interesting. This thing broke structure that broke structure. I hope that makes sense, guys. Let's talk about that in the comments. This is what you got to get good at. It's not just about taking zones that broke previous structure. It's about taking zones that took out other zones that were real badasses. I hope all of that makes sense to you. So what we're going to look at on Monday is we're going to look at this area right here. Let's put some Fibonacci lines on here. What do we have? Here's the high to the low. So far, this is the situation. This may come down. This may come down further. If this comes down to here, we've got that 50% retracement level right at the proximal line of that drop base drop that took out this badass right here. All right. As of right now, this is the story. And it's Friday. It's 5:30 at night. This is Eastern time. Very interesting stuff. So if this pulls back into here, hits that 50% retracement level, we're saying we think it's going to do this. Now that's on the 1 hour chart. That's on the 1 hour chart. Let's go to the 15-minute. I love TradingView. I love how all of this. And look what else we've got, guys. Look what else we have by that 50% level. Look at that. Previous days open. Tom Jenkins is looking at this. So we've got a 50% retracement level. We've got the previous days open. That's a really nice. And look what we've got. Rally base drop on the 15-minute chart. If you wanted to tighten it up, you can tighten it up like that. Rally base drop right here. Or you can look at it as a drop base drop. So we've got some really nice formations within that 1 hour formation. Looking good to me. Let's look at the whole picture now. If we get to this point, let's say we got to that point in the next few bars, we're going to be down, and the trend is also down. Trend is down, momentum is down. What do? We are looking for shorts. So on Monday, if the 4 hour trend is still down, if the momentum is pointing down and the 1 hour trend is still down, look at this. And look at this. 50% retracement level right inside the cloud, right? Inside of a drop base drop. This is looking really good. We're looking really good for a setup. So do you see how we're looking into the future? So using the OTA TradingView tools like this is very powerful because it's turning core strategy into a highly visualized trading system. It's all about X-ray vision, right? If I had a superpower, it would be vision, right? That is what I wanted. I wanted to create something that turned core strategy into a highly visualized trading system that I could follow along easily. So once you get the hang of this, you will get creative with it and you'll be able to do things like this. That is the plan now for gold. All right, let's move on to crude oil. Okay, here's crude oil at 8 o'clock in the morning, as you can see right here. And it is on at this point in time. And if you put this on replay, like when you have fun over the weekend, because you're always back testing stuff, right? On the weekend, of course you are. I am. I'm crazy like that. But if you back test this, if you put it into replay mode, you will see all the contracts changing. I love it. It's super cool. I highly recommend you doing that and watching the contracts change according to the trend. It's very cool to watch. All of the OTA TradingView tools make you a better trader by using them when you're back testing and just playing around with them. Let's put the high time frame momentum filter on here and run the scanner on the 1 hour trend in replay mode and see what happens, and watch the high time frame momentum filter as it's changing. And as the trend is changing, you'll see all the contracts populate on the scanner. It's really cool to watch, and it will help you get a better understanding of the context of the trade. Taylor Frame, Tom Jenkins, they're always talking about getting better at understanding the context of the trade. OTA Trading View Tools will allow you to do that in a very visual way. Moving on. So here we're at 8 o'clock in the morning. We're up, we're watching the market. Our scanner says crude oil, good to go to the upside. Let's start taking some trades. So we go over to crude oil. Now, when you take the opening range on crude oil, remember to go into your OTA opening range indicator. And we were on gold before, so we had the 15-minute. Crude oil is an energy. So we take the 5-minute opening range, and that's going to be from 9 to 9:05. The indicator already knows what time it's at, so you don't have to adjust anything there. Let's go over the crude oil trade here. On our scanner, it's in the demand zone column. We're looking for a breakout to the upside and then a retest of some kind of formation within the opening range. Great. That's the plan. We look at our high time frame momentum filter. It's pointing up. Fantastic. That's what we expect. This is a really strong trend to the upside. I was super confident today taking this trade. Upward momentum, upward trend on the 1 hour chart. Hey, this thing is going to take off, man. And it did for a little while, but then started to go sideways. And unfortunately, let me show you what happened here. If you took this entry point, then you made money. You made your 2 to 1. So take a look here. Everything's in our favor. Here's the candle that made the opening range breakout. It's a spinning top, right? And you have a doji. So we break out to the upside. We get a break above, close above. That's a powerful signal. It's not just a little peak above the opening range. It's a solid break above, close above. I was super happy, super confident. It pulls back. Where is the formation? If you took these two candles here, if you took these two candles and did something like this, there you go. There's your proximal line. Your stop loss is right underneath there. And you're going to take your 2 to 1. And that worked beautifully. So it was a $180 risk. And again, I'm always going to use an example on a $20,000 account. So this is less than 1% of your $20,000 account. There's your entry point, proximal line, and it goes up, boom, hits your 2 to 1. See? 2 to 1 right there. When you're back testing this, guys, that's how you manually back test it. So hits your 2 to 1, you risk 180, you make 360, beautiful trade. Here's what I did today. When this trade broke out, I put my entry point right here. I had the same stop loss right there, same stop loss. So I had about a $250 risk, and my 2 to 1 was like right here, right? Lined it up. This is how I line it up. There's my 2 to 1. Take those numbers, plug it into NinjaTrader. I'm good to go. Thank you, OTA Trading View Tools, for making this visual and easy for me. But what happened? Price came in. It hit my entry point. I'm super happy. I'm super confident. I'm in a great mood. Goes, breaks the high here. And I said, hey, we're almost there. And never comes back and just comes crashing back, stops me out. This is less than 1% on my account. but I just was like, huh, look at that. We had a great week. I was very relaxed, guys. I was very relaxed taking this loss because it was less than 1% of my total account value. That's how you want to take a loss. I followed my system, I followed my trade plan. Everything was telling me that this was going to be a retest of the opening range to the upside. I'm very happy taking that 1% loss. What happened? We don't know. You'll never know what the variable was that took place, but it went into this sideways movement. And when I saw how long it was staying inside of the range, that made me nervous. I said, I really don't like that because all this week from Monday till today, we had great breakout trades. The retest worked beautifully and it didn't linger around in the zone. It came in, it hit our entry, and it left the building. Great trades this week with only one loss. So beautiful. I'll take that any day of the week. I will take one loss in a week over a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. So that's what happened on crude oil today. We had winners all this week because we followed our system. We had a very visualized trading system to follow. We used proper risk management and we made a lot of money this week. So very happy with the way everything went. Leave some comments below. Let me know what happened to you this week with the retest of the opening range, and we'll have a discussion about it. I would love to have more conversation in the Facebook group because it's just us. There's nobody else. Anybody who owns the OTA Trading View tools will be in the room. So this is a private group just for us to have a discussion about the opening range breakout and what happened on the retest, why it worked, why it didn't work, and did you follow the rules and did you use proper risk management? So that's it for now, guys. Thank you again. If you have any questions, just hit me up at chris@chrisgiuliano.com. And please take a look at the trade plan. It is free. Watch the videos. Let me know what you think. But I talk a lot about the momentum filter and lining that up with the 1 hour trend, and also that little prison story example that I told you about. Finding structures that break other structures and watching very closely as to who is taking the lead. Drop some comments about it. Let me know how everything's working out with the OTA Trading View tools. I've gotten some great responses from everybody. Everyone seems to really like the content and how visual their core strategy is now. So a lot of great responses. Thank you for the kind words, guys. Let's keep up the conversation in the private Facebook group and let's win. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you on Monday.